And today, I mean, it's my birthday, so I got to bring my boy Spice Adams in to talk a little bit about college football. I mean, the guy was a college football player. Everybody who doesn't know that, everybody assumes he's just this comedian. Before he was a comedian, though, he was my high school teammate. He was my friend. He was the guy that whatever team he ended up on, I never lost. And that continues to this day. We can play any game you want. Pickleball, basketball, horse, you name it. I'm going to win it. But Spice, man, I want to thank you for joining me again on the Ron Johnson Show. Hey, let's jump out there, man. So we've been texting back and forth, past couple of days about this. Our group chat, it's the dopest group chat in the world. I mean, it's the longest. I think we got the most messages. There's got to be a world record for number of messages we have that one have not been leaked, and two that we continue to stay strong. Because some group chats, you've been a part of them, they get stale, and then you get that one random message. You're like, man, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But this one, man, we go hard, man. So we talked about Deion Sanders, Jimbo Fisher, and Nick Saban. And today I'm gonna give Nick Saban his just due. He has time. He apologized for the words he said. But it doesn't take it back. In your opinion, I mean, looking at NIL, which you could have done at Penn State, Nick Saban's comments about cheating in Alabama for the last couple of years have had the best recruiting class, allegedly, with doing it legally, like Shannon Sharp put out there as well. That who's going to come from California to Alabama for no reason. What are your thoughts on Nick Saban?
Well, first of all, let me just say happy birthday, my man. I think you're 52. That is awesome, man. Getting old, man. You can eat at Denny's half off now, so that is commendable. But I think Nick Saban, he's a hater. Like, seriously, dog. Like, are you kidding me? This man was just in the Aflac commercial with Deion Sanders. You know who he is.
Facts.
You know what he do. You know what he about. He trying to get kids to come to his college just like you. So I don't think you should really. It's hard enough to get kids to go to a HBCU, and if you get a 3-star to go to a HBCU, you jumping for joy, let alone a 4 or 5-star. So soon as one comes to HBCU, then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, Jackson State, they doing this. Like, come on, man. Don't downplay what Deion Sanders is doing to try to get these kids to come to HBCU, because you got to go through all types of hoops just to get a 2 and 3-star to go there. So for him to do that he should not have done that, man. And he knows better, and I'm glad he apologized. But it's just like, if you punch somebody in the stomach as hard as you can, and you say, I'm sorry after that, that person's stomach is still going to hurt. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, so Jimbo Fisher is clearly hurt. He called him a narcissist. He said
he's going in.
Yeah, he said he thinks he's God. He said, I'm not answering the phone when he calls or texts me. Screw you. Deion Sanders, he didn't take the high road, but he took a different route. Deion is more loquacious. He's more he's prime time. He's gonna get the box office jumping. And so Deion went the route of just explaining the facts. And Deion's facts, which agree with mine, on the Ron Johnson Show on Friday morning before Deion came out and said it. I said on this show, Nick Saban is doing that strictly for his recruits, one, but then also for his people, like his boosters, his president, his AD. That was for them. That was to say, hey, man, we got to open up this recruiting budget. Hey, I need you guys to go help me recruit. We need to redo the locker room for the 5th time since I've been here. I mean, and now this morning, Fox Sports, everybody, ESPN, every single Shannon and Skip, everybody saying what I said, which is, oh, wait, Nick Saban is calculated. This man is not stupid. It's like, he's leading everybody into this trap of he's hurt. He's not hurt. Nick Saban's making $9 million. He don't care. Nick Saban knows he's got still the best team, one of the best teams.
So why even say that then?
Because he wants more money. That's like, that, man. When you rich, you still want to be richer. So when your team is the best, you still want to be the bestest. And so if you think about that, I mean, look at you. Look at you. Like, you got all this stuff for social media. You can't
Is this
stop.
gonna be a fat joke, Ron?
No. See, I wasn't gonna do
You're
that.
full, but you're still gonna eat some chips. You're still gonna eat
No.
the pizza.
You got like all these views, but you still gonna put out another video the next day, and then another video the next day, and another video the next day. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna keep pushing. You still gonna call more and more companies to work with. You know what I mean? You're gonna take more and more commercials. So that's where Saban is at. He's like, give me more. Yeah, okay. I want another, Final Four. But there's the thing. He lost. If Nick Saban had won, I don't think we'd be here. Like, if Nick Saban had won, I think he would be content and say, you know what? I'm good. But the fact that Kirby Smart now is on his neck, and you got Texas A&M is coming after him now. Like, Nick Saban is scared. He's scared. And so, Spice, I say this to you. If Nick Saban, you and Nick Saban were doing the Aflac commercial, and you guys, this just happened. He punched you in the stomach. He apologized for it. But now you got to show up on set to do the Aflac commercial. I know you about your money, so you're going to do what you got to do. But are you going to give him the, like, buddy behind the scenes? Or you like, man, look, we just here for business. I want my check, and then I'm out of here. I ain't got nothing to say to this dude.
Yeah, I can't fake the funk. Like, I just got to be real, bro. Like, how you gonna say something like that, and then we just like everything is all good after that because you apologize? Like, no, man, you shouldn't have said that. If he hadn't said anything, people still gonna come to Alabama. True. Like Shannon Sharp said, like, you got people from California who's never even been to Alabama who wants to go to the school just because of they're winning. They're one of the hottest teams out there. Nick Saban is there. So you don't even have to do anything. It's a lot of times where he probably doesn't even have to do any recruiting. People are going to come there anyways. True. So, like, I don't get, like, the message that you're trying to get out there, because at the end of the day, people are still going to want to come to your school. So he lost me with that one.
So, and Travis Hunter is the kid they're talking about. Let's stick with Jackson State. Texas A&M, I think we know what they did. They're okay with it. It's legal. So, yep, we got money. We got oil money. Let's go out here and do this. But Travis Hunter, like Deion said, I love Deion Sanders' quote. He said, man, I don't got to pay my people to come play for their people. Right. And for people that don't understand what that means, it's like black football players for years have built up these white, historically white colleges, the Penn States, the Michigans, Michigan States, the Wisconsins, the Iowas, and have gotten not a lot for it. You know what I mean? They leave, great, you got a free education, you might have made it to the NFL, but after that, bye. You look at Travis Hunter, if he actually stays for 3 years before he hits to the NFL, and he turns it around where they're going to go undefeated, he's playing both ways, receiver and DB. Deion Sanders is going to get him right, because Deion can train him, because it's legally his coach. He can train him in the offseason. He can train with him during the season, get him tip-top DB, whatever. Speed, he has it. We saw him run track. Kid's fast. And then he goes to the NFL. This is a kid that's going to become, like, they're going to put a statue of Travis Hunter at Jackson State. Like, he's going to, like, the NILs are going to come. And he even said, man, how could I get $1 million and the school's budget is only $8 million? But I'm going to get $1 million? And why is my mom, and I think he says mom or grandma, is still like in a 2 or 1 bedroom house with like 3 kids? Like, why would I let her still live there? So in your opinion, Spice, like, do you see this now as Jackson State and Deion, it's calculated on his part too, to just kind of, fire back about, hey, look what you're seeing as, you're a commodity. I'm going to love you, but you're a commodity to them. Do you think you're going to see more top recruits now kind of join Travis Hunter and say, let's go do something special?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's a different day and age. A lot of these athletes, they get money thrown around to them all the time, whether you're in the pros or even if you're retired, so why not make that money? I remember Chris Webber was talking about him being starving and broke, and you walk past the one of the stores that sell your jerseys there, and people are paying $100 a jersey, and you get 0% of that, and you're walking around there, and you can't even buy yourself something to eat. Somebody was nice enough to give you a car. You can't even put gas in it. You can't even go anywhere to get groceries. You got to wait for a whole nother week before your parents get paid so that they can send you some money. So it's a new day and age. Like, these kids get these NILs, and they deserve them. If somebody wants to pay you $1 million for you to showcase their product, and all you got to do is post some stuff on Instagram or TikTok and all of that type of stuff, that's the world that we live in. And you just make the adjustment. So I'm all for it, man, because I know what it's like to be broke in college. I know what it's like to go to Red Lobster and get a side Caesar salad for $2 and tell them to keep them Cheddar Bay biscuits coming. And I want a water and a lemon and some sugar packets. Make myself a lemonade there.
You got to get 6 lemons, though.
being
Get 6 lemon
man.
slices. You want 6 lemon slices and 6 packets of sugar and a water. And you want a lemonade? No. I want water and 6 lemon packets and some sugar.
Being broke in college. And especially if you are the one person in your family to go to college, like nobody else can relate. You can't call home and be like, hey, da-da-da. Like they won't even know what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah, man. So, lastly, when you look at Nick Saban now, he's now, I mean, everybody hates him. All the coaches hate him because he basically, it's like the unwritten rule in basketball. We see a lot of basketball players who become hated because they're hurting players, like Grayson Allen. When you do dirty stuff to hurt players and players, top players get hurt and they don't come back. Jimmy Butler gets his knee pulled just because the guy was about to go by him in a game that you can't win, but you're going to hurt our star. You're seeing more and more of that, where there's an unwritten rule. Baseball, don't throw at my head. Same with softball. Don't throw a pitch at her head. You can hit her in the back, shoulder, arm, whatever, brush her off the plate, but not towards the head. Again, baseball, don't celebrate my face. Don't yell at me. Don't talk too close to me. Don't look at me if I'm the umpire. Like that's a weird one. But all these unwritten rules. And so now I feel like Nick Saban has crossed the line, because at those coaches meetings and those private meetings, when coaches are discussing NILs, I think Nick Saban is going to be ostracized for a while. If you're Nick Saban, is there anything he can do to kind of get his brethren back, to say, hey, I really screwed up. I'm an old man yelling at the clouds. Can you guys forgive me?
Donate some money, donate some time to HBCU. Do that. Specifically Jackson State. Go up there and make it right. Come on. You know what you got to do. I mean, we all grown men here. Put your money where your mouth is. Go do that. Do that.
You heard it there from Spice Adams. Nick Saban got to drop some money to Deion Sanders' campaign just to say, hey, man.
And some time.
Right. Because, they did bring up the budget of how big of a budget Saban has and then how small of a budget Deion has. And Saban, honestly, he couldn't believe it. Travis Hunter, number one corner player, athlete in the country, did not want to come play for him. He wanted to go play for his athletic buddy Deion. And honestly, I feel like that was a side holster clip, a bullet he's been sitting on since the signing day, since Texas A&M became number one, since he lost to Georgia, and since Deion Sanders ended up getting Travis Hunter. I feel like that's a clip he was holding on to, just loading it up. Like Kevin Garnett says, he got a couple of Uzis, got a couple of pumps. He was loading it up because he was waiting for this day, because he's like, look, I've been telling my boosters, you got to go out here and do this, and they're not doing it. And so then that happens. And I'm glad I bought Spice Adams on, and the word he used for the day is hater. That's the word. And he knows, because he married one. Like, it's my birthday. It's my show. So I'm glad I get to throw that out there. So when she watches this, she will know she is my nemesis, Mrs. Adams. She took my best friend away from me, and she's the biggest hater there is. Next to Nick is Nick Saban, and then it's Andanika Adams right there. Hater 1 and hater number 2.